they just lack momentum or confidence or consistency, I would say. I remember I watched the game they played against Real Sociedad at home a few days ago, and they've been really good, especially Rodrigo and Vinícius. Ancelotti were talking about Vinícius, what's going on with him. Of the field, everyone just focusing, he's the target and all this. But in this game against Real Sociedad, he's been really good. Why? Because he was just focusing on what he's doing on the field. When Vinícius is just doing, what he does best, like dribbling past people, playing 1-2, I know that he's a great player. Then when he's, with this kind of attitude that's kicking player or just talking to the referee or to the fans and all that, that's not good for him. So hopefully he can just focus on what he's doing on the field, and Real Madrid need to recover again that that style of play that is good for them to win games, and Benzema to come back into the team, because Benzema is one of the main players for that team, and when he's not on the pitch, it seems like Real Madrid is struggling with goals and all this.
You're not the first nor the last superstar who will be targeted. These things are going to keep on coming, and the more that you choose to react, the more that you choose to look as if it's making a difference, the more that you choose to be affected by this, the more it's going to come. Because now they know this is how we can stop him. We can't stop him 1v1 situation if he runs at us, but if we take him off his game because he's thinking about everything else other than dribbling me, I've now done my job.
Does he need more protection, though? The most fouled player in LaLiga, 10 today.
Without question, and Carlo Ancelotti spoke about it, and the referee's job to protect the game star players. That's why referees are there. But in the absence of that, I thought Vinícius was much improved in the second half than he was in the first, for a lot of the same reasons that Ali is speaking about. He got into this kind of battle with Maffeo, and there's a bit of history there, and that seemed to draw all Vinícius' energy in. And then whatever was said at half-time, never mind that, you're going to get fouled, deal with it. It's part of the process to being one of the best players in the game. It's part of the maturing process. And I thought you saw a better Vinícius Júnior in the second half. Drew the penalty. I think there were other opportunities where he got the better of his man and just looking for Benzema to make that run through the middle. And he got his head up, and it just did not look the same to him. And in the end, he ran down a couple of dead ends. But it was Vinícius back to being his tricky and focused best. But like I say, this is new territory for Vinícius Júnior. This ground, the likes of Neymar, of Ronaldo, of Messi, have all gone before them. All of that to come through it. The sooner he recognizes that, the sooner he'll get back to having the kind of impacts he did for Real Madrid last season.
And the reason that we dwell on Vini Jr., as we're doing, is because you look around for Real Madrid in the final third, and there isn't much to hang on to. So it has to come from him. It now becomes his responsibility. Rodrigo will play as a false nine, and maybe he can have an impact here and there. Marco Asensio, if you trust him, well, so be it. Good luck with that, because he may be able to score a goal like he did in the midweek, but then he's going to have matches like today that become frustrating. And then after that, you start searching, and it's Mariano coming off the bench. Is that the answer? Well, this is how desperate it has gotten for Real Madrid in terms of what you have available. So yes, we focus on Vinícius. And just the same way that we focus on Vinícius, you know who else focuses on Vinícius? The other teams. Other teams that are playing against Real Madrid. We take him out of the game, we're going to take a big part of what they do offensively if Benzema is not on the field.
Against teams like Mallorca, who played as they did today and sat deep, especially so once you get an early goal, Vinícius is the only player who's going to hurt Mallorca at that point. As Ali says, Asensio can hit them from distance, as can Valverde. But Mallorca's got, 8-9 men behind the ball at every single moment. That's not where the threat is. The threat is from players like Vinícius. So therefore, if you can knock him off his game, if you keep fouling him, if you keep breaking things up, you can get a result. And that's exactly what Mallorca did.
Pablo, was it a tactic that you would employ when you were playing, when you were up against a player that you know if you got under their skin, it would somewhat distract them?
Yes, absolutely. When you face or when you play against some player like Vinícius, or I remember playing against Neymar. It was a bit like that, you know. As a defender, you want to be like Pablo Maffeo today against Vinícius. You know, you want to be tight on him, you want to kick him, you want to give him a tough game, and then take him out from the game. If you can do this, that's perfect. Or you can have a really bad day, because if he's inspired and he's in a good day, then forget it. But sometimes as a defender against those kind of players with these kind of characters, of course, you always try something like that. But as I say, I think players like Neymar, Vinícius, Rodrigo, they're really good. And when they are focused on the game, and when they brave, when they know we're going to fight against defender, because they don't know how to do it. But instead of fighting and all this, choose give me the goal again, give me the ball again, I take you on. I play 1-2, I score this. That's the game they should do.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.